Assalamualaikum and good morning to Miss Fauzia. My name is Rabiatul Adawiyah bin Yusof. I'm from class KBA 2423C. I hope you are well during this pandemic. Today, I would like to present about the theories of international business. Do you know about international business? Or have you learned about international business? Or do you have a business that involves international business? Now, let me tell you about international business. When a goods or services are created or distributed over national boundaries, they are referred to as international business. It involves action like importing and exporting raw materials, inputs and finished goods, operating plants abroad to use local resources, and borrowing money abroad to fund operations. It focuses on the currency exchange rate, foreign direct investment, international monetary system, and risk. Besides, the term multinational corporation (MNC) refers to businesses that conduct business on a global scale. It is a business that owns or controls manufacturing operations in another country, at least one country rather than its home country. For globalization can be defined as the process by which commodities, services, capital, people, and ideas increasingly flow freely across international borders. By having the transaction in international business, it can increase globalization and maintain the balance intact among them. Also can encourage businesses to be more resources efficient and inventive in their operations. Let's move on to the theories of international business. There are three keys of theories in international business. The first theory is the comparative advantage that created by David Ricardo and economists. Comparative advantage refers to an economist's ability to produce a specific commodities or services at a lower opportunity cost than competitors. The concept of opportunity cost is to determine which good country should make. It engages in a trade with each other and export goods for which they have a relative advantage. The advantage of comparative advantage is that the opportunity cost is lower and a profit margin is higher, while this advantage is restricting trade from the government, such as imposed tariffs. Now, let me tell you how to identify the company with the comparative advantage. The table shows two countries, US and Japan, that manufacture shirts and clothes. It is to calculate the opportunity cost for both countries. As a result, the US has a comparative advantage in a shirts manufacturing that shows the lowest opportunity cost in that good. In contrast, Japan has the lowest opportunity cost in a clothes manufacturing. Therefore, the two countries should trade surplus product for goods that they cannot produce as efficiently. The second theory is the product life cycle theory, which is the amount of time a product is first introduced to the market until it runs out or is removed from the marketplace. It has four stages in the product life cycle theory, where are introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. The advantage of product life cycle is to assist in the formulation of marketing mix decision, and its disadvantage is might lead managers to be overly inflexible in their tactics. Now, let's see stages in product life cycle. First, through the introduction stage, products start to release for the first time into the market, where marketing and promotion are relatively high initially. Also, sales are slow. During this stage, it can know the reaction about products from the consumer. Next, the growth stage is consumers start to use the products and buy them. Sales are increasing and can continue to earn income. Also, businesses tend to expand their product into the market. Then, maturity stage is getting pressure from competitors and demand, and sales or prices begin to decline. During this stage, the products may last a long or short time. And lastly is decline stage, in which consumers have changed and sales decrease dramatically and products will be phased out of the market or remodeled themselves. For example, we can see Nokia's product life cycle. First, introduction stage. In 1992, Nokia introduced the Nokia 1011, the world's first digital portable GSM phone. A few models had found caused less demand and innovation. Next, at the growth stage, phones without external antenna had launched, and it have a good features such as games, display, ergonomic keypads, and others. Also, models like N95 have been launched due to compete with Apple iPhone. Then, at the maturity stage, many touchscreens have launched and decreased in mobile prices, also gain most profit. Lastly, at the decline stage, consumers did not attract due to a poor product design of Nokia and had changes in the technological environment. The third theory is the imperfect market theory. It is one which all parties do not have a complete knowledge and where participants can affect prices. It does not meet the strict standard of a perfect or pure hypothetical market like factors of production are immobile. The advantage of the imperfect market is that it imposes a higher prices on the product where it can earn more profits, while its disadvantage is that it may lose the customer if the prices rise too quickly, and as a result, product will fail in the market. There are some types of imperfect market where are monopoly, oligopoly, monopolistic, monopsony, and oligopsony. First, monopoly is where just one or dominant seller is present. Consumers maybe not realize the price changes. For example, Microsoft abused its position as a monopoly without correction. Secondly, oligopoly is there is a lot of customers but only a few sellers. They often set prices together or someone leads to set price and the rest follow with it, such as Apple is a market with a small number of manufacturers or retailers. Thirdly, it is monopolistic, where has many suppliers offer comparable products that can be substituted. It is to compete to gain customers and set prices, but the decision making does not affect other people. For instance, McDonald's and Burger King are selling similar types of product where it's a burger, but their product does not substitute for each of them. The next theory is monopsony, where a single buyer is a significant purchaser of goods and services from various sellers. The price is set by buyers like Tesco, has more purchasing power and frequently bargains with the suppliers to get lower costs. Lastly, the theory of an imperfect market is oligopsony, a market for a product or services that a few large buyers dominate. It has significant control over the suppliers and may effectively keep prices low. For example, McDonald's has purchased a large portion of the beef supplied by American ranchers. I will continue with the international business expansion. There are a few ways to expand the business through exporting, licensing, franchising, joint venture, and acquisition. Now we can look at exporting. It exports goods and services manufactured in the home country. More export result in a good economy. These three forms of exporting are direct export, indirect export, and intercorporate transfer. A direct export is a sale to a customer outside the business country of origin. Indirect export occurs when a business sells its product to a domestic consumer who export them in their original or modified form. The intercorporate transfer is how a business in one nation sells items to an affiliated business in another. An example of export is Malaysia export the rubber to other countries such as Japan, China, and US. The advantage of export is that a firm in one country can sell its goods to an allied firm in another. The disadvantage is a lack of presence in the local marketplace as they don't have enough information about local on that country. Next, the company can expand its business through licensing. It occurs when a firm in one jurisdiction agrees to license the use of its intellectual property to a firm in another country through agreement. Licensee receives the right or resources to manufacture in a foreign country such as use patents, copyrights, technology, managerial skill, or other factors necessary. In return, licensor earnings in the form of one-time payments, technical fees, and royalty payments. For example, Apple released $300 Beats headphone in corner of the mouse that use the design of a popular character, which is Mickey Mouse. The advantage of licensee is generating new revenue streams, as it requires the licensee to invest less money. At the same time, its disadvantage is available for a short time only, for licensee such as between 5 and 10 years only. Besides, the company also can expand its business by using franchising. Franchising is franchisor authorize the franchisee to use the operating system and their brands, trademarks, logos without incurring additional costs through a franchise agreement. In return, the franchisee will pay the royalty payment and commission. The franchisor provides training, advertising, assistance with the product, and control over the franchisee. For instance, Subway in 2020, it will have more than 42,000 restaurants that located in over 100 countries. It is one of the top global franchise listed. The advantage of a franchisee is allowing franchisor to expand internationally at relatively low cost and low risk. The franchise takes on the debt and obligation of operating a business under its brand name, and its disadvantage is profit share between the franchisor and franchisee. Joint ventures are one of the companies that can expand their business. The business agreement between the two or more parties agrees to develop a new entity and new assets with the control over the enterprise and share revenues, expenses, and assets. It helps businesses to grow faster, increase productivity, and generate additional profits. An example company joint venture is BMW and Brilliance Auto Group. They have launched the new energy vehicles together into the market. The advantage of the joint venture is that risks are shared with the joint venture partner, which both will have covered the losses together. In contrast, its disadvantage is a failure to communicate effectively because different companies from different places. Lastly, the company can choose other ways to expand their business through acquisition. The acquisition is when one firm buys a portion or all of another company's asset or shares to seize a control over it. They have reasons like diversification, decreased cost, search for economic scale, higher market share, higher synergy, or new specialized offer. It gives a power in deciding without needing approval from the shareholder. For instance, Android was acquired by Google in 2005 with an estimated $15 million. The advantage of acquisition is increasing market power as a market share rises, and its disadvantage has poorly matched businesses. In conclusion, international business is crucial for companies because they can benefit from it when they conduct transactions with other countries across borders. It has been encouraged by three theories where are comparative advantage, imperfect market, and product life cycle theory. There are most common ways for companies to enter or partner with a foreign country, such as franchises, exports, acquisition, joint ventures, and licensing. It will help companies earn more profits and achieve their specific goals in the business world because they can grow their business and make a name for the company around the globalization. That's all from me. Thank you. Bye.